Hi, my friends. Oh my gosh, it is Sunday of the sweetest time of the year for me. It's that time between Christmas and New Year's where everything seems to slow down. We go into real winter mode and hibernation, and it just feels good. Now, that doesn't mean that there's not a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of stuff going on in our world, right? That's out there. But personally, for ourselves and for myself in particular, it's a great time to just slow down and pause and um, think about my life. It's a time of year that what I try and do every year is my personal year in reflection. And I thought I'd share this with you, so perhaps it might be something that you might be of interest to do as well. And for me, it's just a time to unplug, get off my computer, get off the TV. And I usually have a notebook. You can see this little table back here. I have a little notebook and some questions. And I take a look at my life in the total over the last year and to try and think about what has been working, what has not been working, what did I experience in a lot of different areas and categories. What did I learn? What do I want to continue to learn? So it's a time to really reflect on my life, where I've been, and where I want it to go. And, why this is important is I think it allows us to look back and reflect on the full experience of our lives. I think we can get caught, and I've said this, my God, I'm sure many people have said this, that 2020 has been a really terrible year. It's like the worst year on record. And there's some truth to that, right? There's a lot of reasons why there's some truth in that. And yet there's also been some great experiences I've had. I've found friendships. I've hired my first employee. I've done things I've never done before. I transitioned my work all online. And so if I only focus on what I see as the pain points of this year, I miss out on seeing the good things. And, if I consider it like if I'm the captain of my life, if I don't do this work, it also stops me from being able to navigate where I want to go. Right. So sometimes a captain has to look over the captain's log, and see where the experiences have been, what's been working in the navigation, what's been happening before, so that I can navigate into the experiences I want to have. And, there's a lot of reasons not to do this. It's hard. Thinking about your life can be challenging. It can feel like I don't remember this stuff. We don't make it a priority, first of all. Our life can feel super busy, which is, again, why I love this time of year. Everything for me just kind of slows down. I'm not talking in companies. I'm not doing workshops or keynotes. And my clients kind of slow down during this time of year as well. But this process can often feel like we don't make it a priority. We don't make it a time. And it can feel like just another chore for us to do. And I'd love to reframe that, because especially in 2020, when there's been so many difficult things that we've had to face, I don't want us to miss the good things too. And I have to think, for everyone who is listening to this, there have been some good things too. And there's small little things, like me discovering The Great Pottery Throwdown, the TV show on HBO, and crying over pottery, or watching that, or going up to Santa Barbara for the first time to the dog beach and taking Tori up to the dog beach. I don't want to forget that stuff in the midst of all of the terrible things. So another reason why it's important is it allows you to create some agency in your own life, to look back and reflect on the things like your biggest mistake you made this year. What did you learn from it? what would you like to experience, or what did you experience? And taking a look back and reflecting on, I think that's just such a great skill to reflect on the things that you've experienced, so you know what you want to avoid coming up and what you do want to create and change. I think it allows us to become better leaders of our own experience when we're willing to review what our experience has been. It also, as I mentioned before, it helps us to stop catastrophizing a whole year. I've heard myself say it, oh my God, 2020 is a shit fire. The whole year is a shit fire. And it can feel like that. We're just inundated with terrible news. Terrible things are happening with my friends. I mean, there's lots of bad things that are happening. I get that. And even still, there are moments, there are times, there are people that have come into my life that have been bright spots. And I don't want to forget that either. So I think one of these, just a thing to remember and reflect on if you're interested in doing a personal review of 2020, so you don't have to say that the entire year was a shit fire, which it can certainly feel like, is thinking about how you might want to do it. You can certainly do it personally for yourself, as I've done, and working with some questions and a life in review document. You can also do it with your partner. Have deeper, richer conversations with your partner to figure out what their experience has been like. And even better, if you have a family, imagine the conversations you could have over the month of January if each dinner there was a question that was put out in a life of review of 2020. So I just encourage you to think about the possibility of doing a year in review for yourself and see what the benefits might be for your life, and see if you can help shift your focus, not just on all the awful, terrible things that are happening, but the gold little nuggets that have shown up as well. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.